What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Ark Survival Evolved. I'm going to introduce you to Shiggity Shwaaah, who is our new avian friend, I guess. Do you count as an avian friend? Because you're not really a bird. You're kind of a bird lizard. Whatever. I'm not going to worry about it for right now. But I do actually, I really want this thing over here, so I'm going to go after it. I assume that it's probably got something shiny inside of it, and if we end up getting something like a rifle, it's going to save us a whole bunch of materials, too. So you should always check these. If you have the right level to open these, you should always grab them real fast. If you haven't already completed the tier that you're in, because why not? So let's see here. Are you the right level for me? It's a metal irrigation pipe. Okay. That's a little bit anticlimactic. I don't think a metal irrigation pipe was exactly what I was in the market for right now, but thank you, I guess. Man, that was a grandma gift right there. That was a grandma gift. You'd be like, I call it a grandma gift because grandma gifts are always like that thing where you're just like, do you know me at all, grandma? Do you know me at all right now? And then you just be like, thank you, grandma. Anyways, it is what it is. At least you got a present. On the plus side, at least you got any present. I mean, free stuff is free stuff, I suppose. Even if it's free stuff that you don't really need or want. Well, without sounding like too much of an ingrate, let's be on our way back to base. We got to go right over the hill over here. I don't think I'll be able to... I don't think I'm going to be able to ride my scorpion back because I'm overweight. So what I'll do is we'll just work our way through the forest. I may have to go around the edges. I'm actually a little bit worried about how thick the foliage is over here and whether or not the pteranodon's going to be able to make it. If we lose our dear sweet Shiggity while trying to move through the forest, I'm going to be disgusted with myself. I'll be very upset. In this episode today, what we are going to attempt to do is actually we're just going to do flight lessons, I think. I'm going to try and figure out how to fly my dinosaur, and that's pretty much the only thing that I want to accomplish. On top of that, I think we should probably start working on charcoal, things of that nature, maybe cooking up some more food that I can eat while I'm abroad, just in case. That's impolite. You can't use that word anymore. Nope, there's a joke there, but I'm not going to follow that one through to fruition. I give up. We're going to stop. So let's go back to base, and once we get there, there are going to be things to be done. Oh my god, Shiggity. Shiggity, you're so green. You're my favorite color. Love it. Absolutely love it. Hey, Big Boss Slasher. What's going on down here, Chief? What's, you got stuck on a tree right there? Did the tree come down? I was gonna say, I didn't want to, like, hit my own dinosaur because I've killed a lot of my own dinosaurs this way. There we go. And so the tree has been chopped. Let's continue on our way. Please stop getting stuck on little tiny trees. You know, I've noticed that it's only the little tiny trees that stuff gets stuck on. I don't know if I've talked about that. Probably talked about it about 40 times right now because one of my biggest irritations in this game is actually dealing with the pathfinding. But aside from that major foible, I hope we don't run into anything violent back up in here like raptors or anything that can kill my pteranodon. That would be the Suxors. Especially since it's dark and I can't even see what I'm doing anyways. I know there's a couple Spinosauruses out here. And I've seen T-Rexes on our island too because every single time that I log in, it repopulates our island with some new brand of killing machine that we have to duck while sleeping. So anyways, just keep your eyes out, I guess. Keep your eyes out. I don't know what's going to be in here, but it probably is not going to like us very much and it may try to hoid us. If you can get the blueprints, so what's the function of the blueprints? The blueprints are, nobody asked that question. It's not like I'm talking to somebody right now, but I figured I would answer the question anyways because I've had people ask. The blueprints are essentially, they allow you to just reproduce an item for which you don't have the engram over and over and over again. So basically, it's kind of like a mobile engram, I guess, would be the best way to put it. That's not exactly what it is, but it's kind of like that. We're like nowhere near home, are we? Damn it.
Walking through the forest, trying to get to my house. There's a tree right there. Never seen a tree before.
Alright, well, I don't know. There's only so many things you can do to pass the time while you're running around with a giant scorpion and a pterodon. I do want to play around. I want to tear shit up with my pterodon. I'm excited about it, but we need to get back home first. And there it is right there. I see it off in the distance, the hulking specter of my lovely little Carnotaur. We're going to make ourselves a saddle in just a moment. I hope it gives a lot of XP too, because as I've gotten further into the game, it's getting harder and harder to level. That's normally how it is in RPGs, but I don't know. Leveling up in this game takes a while. It takes a lot of effort. Like, I think I have like 60 hours played right now in this character, and I'm still only at level 35. And I've spent a pretty considerable amount of time just farming, like, narco berries and stuff like that, creating narcotics, getting 2 XP apiece to level up. Alright, so you cats stay right here. I'll be back for you in a minute. Please don't wander around, by the way. If you wander around, I'm going to become frustrated with you. And then the other things that I needed to get some hides off this dude. There's 45 hides. He's got some nerdy glasses, some keratin, maybe a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Do I have the stuff that I need right now? What am I lacking? What am I lacking? Ah, I'm lacking nothing. Well, let's go for it. Then we got 230 right there with 75. Okay, so that's going to be about enough. Let's watch and see how much XP we get for this. We've got 23 right now before it finishes up. I'm going to do some quick arithmetic in my head and probably screw it up and get the number wrong, but we did okay. So from 23 up to 66. Like 43 XP for making it. That's okay. It's not amazing, but it's not bad either. Come here, buddy. I got plans for you. Shiggity Shwaaah. Where did you go? Shiggity Shwaaah. You're behind that rock. Come here. Shiggity Shwaaah. Okay, so let's find Shiggity Shwaaah. That's the way that I imagine it in my head when you say the name. It's like Shiggity Shwaaah. Let's go ahead and talk to Shiggity Shwaaah. And get my narcotics back, by the way. And also load you up with meat so that you don't starve. And then I heard what we could do is you can actually... You can combine the appearance items, like the Rex Bone helmet. You can combine that with like a saddle, and it'll make it so the dinosaur is wearing the Rex Bone helmet. I don't know if it works exactly like that, but I'd like to check it out and make sure. Does it kind of work? I guess not. It probably only works on me then. That saddle's pretty cool. Let's check this out. So how does this work? Oh, I'm overweighing my poor dinosaur. Okay. So let's leave Shiggity Shwaaah down on the ground. We'll go back over here. I'm going to dump off. I forgot that I was carrying like 900 tons of just random shit. So anyways, there's the nasty crew. They're still hanging out over here. I'm sure they've leveled up a couple of times while I'm away. They sit here and they gain XP along the way. Oh, maybe they haven't. Well, never mind then. I didn't want you guys to become more proficient at murder anyways. So whatever. Enjoy your non-murdering selves over in that corner by yourselves. Alone by yourselves. I'm going to go over to this campfire. That's probably still burning in there. Maybe. Well, let's get this one going still. And so we'll put the wood in right there. We'll throw in another stack of meat just in case. Light it on up. And then we'll jump back up into here. And are you still running, Chief? You are not still running. And we still have metal available too for smelting. Well, how can I fix this? Let me go back over to this side. I need half of that wood to come with me. Take it back up in here. And there we go. That'll give us another supply of charcoal as well, because that's going to be one of our limiting reagents. When it comes to making spark powder, gunpowder, all that fun stuff, I do need to run around and handle some basic stuff. However, for right now, what I'd prefer to do is let's repair our shoes. I'm actually going to try and repair all of my armor before we go anywhere else, because it's been a long time since I was home, and my armor is pretty beat up. So if we could repair these, that'd be fantastical. It takes a couple of hides. We should be alright then, I hope. Let's just get that done. I dislike the fact that I need to use a crafting bench in order to repair my gear. Makes me sad. I realize that it's for realism's sake, but I don't know. I liked that I could repair like my random stuff like my hide armor or whatever abroad when I was out in the field, so I actually don't think the chest piece needs to be healed right now, and honestly I don't get hit in the chest very often, so I'm just not going to worry about it. We'll take the leg pieces, and then did I ever make a helmet? If I never made a helmet, no, it's going to be the nerdy glasses. There they are. Okay, so I've got those all on. We're ready to go. 75 narcotics right there. My weight is actually decently low. It's not super low, but it's low enough. I should probably ditch that pike on one of my critters so that I can get out here, and we're going to do some flight lessons real fast. And if we can find a way to get across the map more rapidly, I think that it's going to make this series flow a lot better. So let me put that on you before I leave. So we got a pike right there. I'm going to keep narcotics on you too, because I feel like it's probably a decent plan. You got charcoal right there. I should probably move that around a little bit too. I don't know why I have 95 charcoal on my Carnotaur, but I guess that I do for right now. I've got a couple of things on there, along with some extra metal tools. Okay. Alright. I don't have any stone, and that's what we're going to need to go with this flint so that I can make more spark powder, which I then combine with charcoal to make ourselves gunpowder. It'll be fine. It's just the ignition source, but it's going to be easy to farm up, so that's something that I can do off camera in a little bit. I don't know if we're going to have the opportunity to make the gun today. We could probably make the gun. We just won't be able to make a whole lot of bullets. I will place this charcoal in there. No? Okay, so charcoal doesn't want to go in there. Instead, I shall place the charcoal. Oh, we have extra gunpowder over here. Well, good for us. Hooray. Okay, so if I wanted to make... Let's go back. So we got spark powder right there. Yeah, I need flint and I need stone. And I do have a lot of flint right now. 50 of it to be precise, but you get 2 with every single production, so I'd have to go farm out some stone. Not that big of a deal. I might have some in one of these bureaus over here, but then again, I'm pretty lax when it comes to looting stone. I tend to view it as a worthless item, so I tend to dump it a lot. Got a whole bunch of stuff in there, a whole bunch of building materials. We could do a building episode today if we wanted to. Might be kind of a fun thing to do. And I think this was my go box right here. Yeah, it's my go box. I got a couple of good things in there, but really not anything that's super useful as of right now. 51 weight on my character. Maybe take... Where do my arrows go? I thought I had more arrows than this. Either way, I'll throw those in there for right now. I've got plenty of... Actually, I should probably convert those into trank arrows, since that tends to be what I use more anyways. I'd say I should probably put a couple more fibers in my inventory. I've been stocking them up because I've been using the Stegosaurus for everything lately. When you use the Stegosaurus, you don't get any fibers, and so you tend to run out. Shiggity Shwaaah, where are you at? Come back, Shiggity Shwaaah. Hopefully my weight is low enough to where this little bastard can fly with me on her back, so let's try it out now. So, when you fly, how exactly does that work? How do I go up? Oh, there's like a glide mode too, I think. Maybe. Huh. Let's figure out how this works real quick. I don't know exactly how this is going. It looks like he's running out of stamina, kinda. I can't repair my torch, so unfortunately I just got to look at my ugly silhouette in the moonlight. So when I press... What did that do? That was like an attack? I don't know what happened right there. So if I press the space bar, does that just land me? What does that do? Okay, so the space bar causes me to land. That's kind of cool. Did I show you YouTubers, like, look how big this gun is. Like, this thing is absurdly huge. Like, that's the biggest revolver I've ever seen. That thing is enormous. It's essentially like an arm cannon. I'd be worried that it'd dislocate my shoulder every time you fire it. Gotta put that thing on a bipod or something before you could fire it. Anyways, I thought I'd just bring it up. So, if I ride you right now, it appears as though, so since we can go over everything... Oh, wow, he can fly super fast, too. Damn, son, get in there! Earn it! Wow, that's really, really fast. Okay. So, I am pleased with this right here. I think as we level this critter up, we'll probably want to put most of its points into stamina, I guess, so that we can fly in between locations really, really quickly. I'd like to, ideally, the way that I want this to work is that I would have a pterodon and I would have an eagle at each base. And so the way that that would work out is that I'd have two separate gears and two separate sets of dinos, one at each location, so that I wouldn't have to transfer in between either of the two. I could fly out and farm out whatever I needed at any given time. I'm a little bit worried about her health, though, because she's very, very fragile. I think that I may put a level or two into health before I do anything else. Ooh, that scared me for a second. It's just another pterodon, though. It's just another pterodon. Let's open this up. Looks like we got hide boots, hide gloves, hide pants. Nothing that I really want. But I will take them all so that we can put them in the go box, I guess. You know, what happens if I knock you out? Because I would love to have two pterodons. And I could level them up differently. Like, one would have HP and I could ride on it when I go through the map. And then the other one could have a whole bunch of stamina so that I could jet set in between locations. I mean, the stamina seems to be pretty good already. So I wouldn't worry that heavily about it. Like, look at that speed right there. Like, seriously. That's amazing. That's really, really good. I mean, that's the sort of thing that allows you to get around really, really well. It does burn through the stamina a little bit more rapidly than I'd like, but as long as you sit her down every now and again, I just covered the same amount of ground that it would normally take me a good 2 or 3 minutes to cover. You can also fly over the water and see where we can find any other critters at. Got a turtle right there. We got a shark, a megalodon. Looks like they're going to be doing battle down there in the ocean. Sharky battles. Badass. Ooh, we got a blue one coming down. I wonder if you can fly up to meet with the crate and loot it. Let's try. I'm going to give it a go. There's all kinds of new opportunities that are being afforded by this thing. I feel like I'm playing World of Warcraft again. I got my flying mount going on. Alright, so I'm going to let you get some of your stamina back, and once that thing starts to drop up there, we're going to go up and get it. I think that's like one of the level 5 ones, though, so it may not have anything good inside of it. How long does it take your stamina to regen? Oh, it comes back pretty quick. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. I don't even know if that one's spawned yet. Let's go up and look. To the roof! Oh, there it is right there. Hooray! Upwards we go. Blue sky at morn, sailors take warn. I don't even know if that saying's factual, or if it's just superstition. Go back up to the top.
I am superstition. Crochet on the wall.
Let's see here. Can I loot you from where I'm at right now?
Ah, flying crystal.
So it appears as though I think it loses stamina so long as I'm flying. Yeah, it's a constant drain. Okay, well I can't loot that from where I'm at. I sort of want to test it out, see if I could just like drop into the water from here. That'd be kind of cool. But then I'm worried this thing will stay up in the sky and never come down to the earth. There should be like a downward glide mode. Wow, you actually get like a good feel for the map once you come up here, don't you? It seems so much bigger when you're on foot. That's the weird part. So the cave that we were in is in between those two big mountains right there. And we're going to go cave hunting in just a minute too. I think it should be pretty easy to track down. That little island over there I think has a cave on it. And there's one on that area right about where my head's at. There's one over there. So anyways, that's pretty cool. I like the fact that we have a flying mount now. I think that it's going to be a little bit... It's going to be a little bit suspect because we can't bring a retinue with us anywhere. Like, we can't bring any of our guys with us, unfortunately. And I'd prefer... I think when he's at half stamina, he makes for the ground. So let's go ahead and dive bomb it real fast. Really sort of puts things in perspective, though, like how small the planet actually is in this game, or how small the play area is. That thing's about to hit the ground. Is there anything hostile down here that I don't want to mess with? Doesn't look like it. Let's hop off. Oh, good. Shiggity Shwaaah leveled. Shiggity, come back here. Shiggity. Need you to hold still. Ooh, you can't really give him much HP either. Okay, so that's going to be a fragile dino. It's going to be a very fragile dino. It's not going to be worth it putting any more points into HP. So, what I would suggest here... I wonder if it'd be better to have, like, your own little crew of flying monkeys. Like the raptor. I'm sorry, if you have, like, your own little crew of, like, flying... Oh, we got a water jar blueprint, so I guess that saves me a little bit of trouble. Alright, let me jump back onto you real fast. So, yeah, it sort of raises the question, like, what you're going to do to keep your dinosaurs, like, on the same wavelength as the rest of you while you're traveling. But this should open up options for me to go all the way back out to the east and whatnot if I have to go get myself, like, things that are useful. Things that I would bring up, such as metal. And so if I can fly very, very quickly off to another side of the island, it makes my life much, much easier. There's some rocks over here. I'm going to go farm them up real fast because I needed to get myself some stuff for spark powder, so that in between episodes, I could farm up a couple of useful things. I'm going to use my... Does this big stone break? It does not. Shiggity Shwaaah, you just hang out over there. I promise everything's going to be okay. I need stone. And so that's what I'm going to go after. Actually, the quickest way to do the stone farming would probably be to go down to the beach and then just put myself in queue mode. Yeah, and just pick it up like this off the ground. I think these little piles right here give you pretty exclusive stone as well. I have all my stuff back at base, so I don't have to worry about my tools breaking or anything like that. That beach over there typically has a whole bunch of rocks too, so I'm going to swing over there as long as there's not like a Spinosaurus around, and I'll get that going. I think this is pretty cool. I'm excited about this episode. Like, this is a good thing for us. Being able to fly is going to increase our mobility by tenfold, probably. It'll make it much easier for us to have exploratory episodes as well, where I look around for caves, so that I can lock down the location, I can put it on my map, and then we can fly back out there with things to help us, although I wouldn't recommend it. Don't take your dinos into caves with you. I've lost too many dinosaurs that way already. They fall through the planet, and you just watch them, and there's no way to really get them back. I played around with some of the teleport and some of the ghost no clip commands and things like that, but I had no way to get them back. So unfortunately for right now, it's a very, very risky prospect to put anything in a cave. Like I've never had a raptor fall through the caves, so I'll put that out there, but I still wouldn't recommend it. Just because I haven't observed it doesn't mean that it can't happen. What I will say is that when I took my saber-tooths in there, it took them like all of 9 minutes to fall through the earth. And so I was in there for just a second. They got stuck by a wall, and as I was trying to wiggle them out, I left the cave and came back because I had to feed myself and my food was on my dinosaur. When I came back from getting my food, my lunch, all of my tigers had fallen through the floor of the cave, I think, and they were just gone and dead or whatever. You would not believe, by the way, I've been playing around with Ghost and NoClip and going through the world. There's an ocean underneath the world. You know how many dinosaurs are in that ocean? It would not surprise me if rendering that many dinos that have fallen through the world is probably what's causing a lot of lag too. In fact, I could show you right now if you want to see here. I'll show you right now. So the thing that you're going to use, you're going to say Ghost like so. And that's going to allow you to clip through the world. And if you go down like so... Oh, that actually put me in water. Well, that's unpleasant. I don't want to drown. Well, never mind then. But anyways, you can glitch through the world like so, and there's actually a second ocean down underneath all this. And if you look at it, there will be dinosaurs like everywhere. But yeah, if you wanted to deactivate this, it may be a little bit weird. Let me play around with it for a second. In order to deactivate this, you got to be a little bit careful. Don't go down underwater in... There we go. And so now what you do to deactivate is you just put in walk, and then that should fix it right up. And so there it is, just in case you wanted to play around with no clip in this game. It's actually pretty cool. You can look at the framework of the game and how everything's designed. Kind of an interesting thing to do, but I wanted to show you the ocean full of dinosaurs that's at the bottom of the world, because seriously, if you look in certain locations, like if you're inside of a... if you go to the top of a mountain, you clip through the mountain, you look down below, there will be like hundreds of like triceratops and tigers and all kinds of stuff that have all fallen through the world, and they're just floating in the ocean docile. And so I assume that that's probably got something to do with the fact that the game lags so much as well. Shiggity, how are you going to do for me right now? I got 100 weight. Shiggity, you're just going to have to follow me. I don't think you're going to be able to... Don't think you're going to be able to carry my ass all the way back to base with this many stones on me. Kind of just farm on my way back through as well, just to make sure that we get as many stones as possible. Because spark powder is coming, and I need to make a whole bunch of gunpowder today in the next episode. So tomorrow, the things that I want to work on, I'm happy that we got the pterodon. I'm a little bit concerned about the way that that's going to work out, simply because if we take the pterodon or the pteranodon, we can't bring any of our other dinosaurs with us because they'll get lost in the forests and things. It looks like a beacon is falling down on top of my house. Great, fantastic. So what I'd like to do is I'd maybe train like 2 or 3 of the eagles, and so when I fly around I would just bring the eagles with me maybe, so I'd have my own like eagle squad. Caw! Every time you say eagle squad there has to be like a trademark Caw! After it, otherwise the marketing department's going to be really upset still. Let me dump you off right here. I think that's what I'm going to work on. I'm going to cut this one a little bit short just because I feel like there are things that I need to do that don't need to be done on camera. I'm going to farm up as much as I can for right now. I will see you all in the next episode. Hi-do out there, everybody. Take it easy till tomorrow.